All right, this is your assignment. You are going to be completing questions 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, and 14 for a grade. I'm going to continue modeling questions on here. I'm going to be modeling using questions 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 13. So we're going to start off with question 1. And again, I'm using my rules of operation, my order of operations, PEMDAS, to solve my equations. All right, so on number 1, I have parentheses that I need to do what's inside the parentheses first. So I have 4 plus 3, I'm not doing anything with that yet, and 5 minus 2 gives me 3. Now then, I have multiplication. And the reason I know I have multiplication is because I have a number right next to a set of open parentheses. So that tells me I'm going to have to multiply 3 times 3. Okay, so I'm going to bring down my 4. And 3 times 3 is 9. Now when I add 4 plus 9, that gives me 13. So put a box or a cloud or something around your answer. All right, number 3. I don't have any parentheses, but I do have an exponent. Okay, so I'm going to take care of that first. So I'm going to bring down my 14 minus 16 divided by 8 plus, and 3 squared is 9, 3 times 3, bring down my times 5. All right, now I'm on to multiplication and division. So I'm going to complete that in the order going left to right. So the first thing that I come to is division. So I'm going to bring down my 14. I'm going to divide negative 16. It's not just a minus sign, it is attached to that 16, which makes it negative. So negative 16 divided by 8 gives me a negative 2. And bring down everything else, so I've taken care of that. Bring down plus 9 times 5. So now I can take care of my multiplication, the 9 times 5. So I'm going to bring down 14 minus 2 plus 9 times 5 is 45. And now I'm left with subtraction and addition. So I can complete those in any order, but I'm going to complete them in the order that they come in the equation. So 14 minus 2 is 12 plus 45. And then when I add 12 plus 45, if you take a minute, you plug that in on your Desmos or your graphing calculator, if you're not sure, that will give you 57. For your answer, sorry. Okay, question number 5. I have parentheses, so I want to take care of that, what's inside the parentheses first. So I'm going to bring down my 3. I'm going to do what's inside parentheses, so 7 plus 4 is 11. Bring down my 18, and then divided by, and I can go ahead and, I can go ahead and square that 3, which would be 9. So I still have some parentheses there, so I'm going to do that first. So 3 times 11 gives me 33. Minus 18 divided by 9. So now I'm going to do, I've got division. So I'm going to bring down my 33. Okay, negative 18 divided by positive 9 gives me a negative 2. And then when I subtract 2 from 33, I'm left with 31. Okay, number 7. Okay, I'm going to take this one step at a time. I'm going to do what's on the top. Okay, and I have an exponent there, so I want to take care of it first. So I'm going to bring down my 5. Okay, 2 squared is 4 plus 2. Then I'm going to do what's on the bottom. And I've got, if I use order of operations, I'm gonna multiply first. So I'm gonna bring down my 17. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Okay. So now I'm gonna do what's on, I'm gonna kind of do my equal sign here so I can kind of go over here and see. Oops, sorry. All right, so I'm working what's on top right now. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2, divided by, and what's on bottom, 17 minus 6 is 11. Okay, 20 plus 2 gives me 22 divided by 11. So when I divide that, 22 divided by 11, get the answer of 2. I'll leave that there just for a minute. So if you need to get caught up on something, you've got just a second to do that. And remember, at any time you can stop and start and pause, whatever you need to do to get through your notes. So that's the blessing about doing video notes. You can back up when you need to. All right, so let's go to the back or the next page. And let's look at question number 9. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do what's in parentheses first. Okay, so I'm going to bring down my 3. Do what's inside first. So 48 divided by 4. It's going to give me 12 plus 3. Do what's inside the parentheses first. 60 minus 45 gives me 15. Close that, bring down what's left. Oh, sorry. I know y'all are going to be so glad when I get my stand in and I don't have to hold this thing and go all over the place. All right, so now I've still got to take care of what's in parentheses, so I have to multiply 3 times 12, which will give me 36, plus 3 times 15 gives me 45, minus 2 times 8. Okay, so now I'm ready. I'm looking left to right. What do I need to do first? I have multiplication. So I'm going to bring down my 36 plus 45. And then negative 2 times 8. I have a negative times a positive, so my answer is going to be negative. And 2 times 8 is 16. And so now you can just plug that into your calculator just like that is. 36 plus 45 minus 16. And that will give you 65. And the last one I'm going to do with you is going to be number 13. So again, we see some brackets. So whatever is in brackets is what we need to do first. Okay. So I'm going to bring down my 63 minus 7. Okay, so within the bracket, I have to follow my order of operations. So I have parentheses, so I need to take care of that first. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. Okay, I still have brackets, so I'm going to keep bringing down my 63 minus 7 until I can get rid of those brackets. So I'm looking within the brackets themselves. I have parentheses still, so I need to do that first. So 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, still have brackets, so I need to do what's in the brackets first. And you know what? I just made a mistake, and that's okay, but I caught it. But look right here. I didn't do a very good job of writing this minus sign, so it kind of looked like, anyway, I didn't account, I multiplied 3 times 3, but I didn't account for that negative. So that's not going to be a positive 9, it's going to be a negative 9. Because a negative times a positive gives me a negative. So now I need to do what's inside the bracket first. 63 minus 7. Okay, and 18 minus 9 will give me 9. Okay, now I have a bracket here and I have a number right next to it, so I'm gonna multiply. So I'm gonna bring down my 63. Negative 7, okay, negative times a positive gives me a negative, and 7 times 9 is 63, and 63 minus 63 is 0. Okay, all right, so go back through these notes and assignments and example problems. Watch it as many times as you need, stop and start as you need to. But then for a grade, you are going to complete these questions. So you're going to complete on your own 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, and 14. And then you will submit that through Google Classroom, and that will be your first daily grade. Let me know if you have any questions or need anything.